Hitting the campaign trail today in Strood, Mark Reckless with his new party leader at the Marlow Park Medical Centre. But it's Mr Reckless who's been nursing the bruises after a torrid political week.
Mark is not a people's person. He is a slightly eccentric, odd character who doesn't relate particularly well to people.
I think you let down yourself. I think you let down your country, your constituents.
He lied and lied and lied again.
I am being open, I'm being honest. You haven't kept your word to your Conservative constituency chairman. You assured him 48 hours ago that you wouldn't defect, and you left this voicemail on the Conservative Party chairman's office promising to come to Birmingham to campaign for the Tories. Let's just listen to your voicemail.
Mark Reckless, just picked up your email about the Birmingham Northfield event. Yes, I'm very, very happy to do photo or speak a coach or and I'll show up sort of a bit before perhaps what we were otherwise agreed.
So there you are, Friday night, you're telling Grant Shapps you're coming to Birmingham to campaign for the Tories. The next day you defect to UKIP. I ask you again, why did you lie?
Well, I was a little more hesitant on that call than I usually do, and I'm not sure if that was the full conversation left. But
why did you lie to all your Conservative colleagues and mislead those who elected you?
Well, what I'm doing is keeping faith with my constituents and keeping my promises to them. You heard the Prime Minister just now say that the Conservative-led government was dealing with a deficit and cutting immigration. The reality is we've increased the national debt by more in 5 years than even Labour managed in 13.
Let me be specific. The reason I think we're in the difficulties we are is Labour spent all the money. What we're doing is we're cutting the deficit, we're putting the public finances back in order. But
I'm being open, I'm being honest.
Taxpayers' money, where does it go?
Immigration is back up to the levels we saw under Labour. I believe in the promises I made in 2010.
And it's difficult for your party when you're under 30% of the polls, when people are looking over their shoulders at UKIP. I know they haven't won a seat yet, but, you know, they're dangerous to you. What do you think Prime Minister should do about it?
Well, I mean, on UKIP, I'd do what the Home Secretary was doing on Saturday. I'd explain what we're doing. We're halfway to cutting immigration to the tens of thousands, to doing what we promised. And
I am being open, I'm being honest.
On Europe, I'd say, you know, if people want to vote for an independent Britain, they need to vote for a Conservative government that will give them that chance. The Prime Minister supports an in-out referendum. We haven't got the numbers to deliver it in Parliament now, but that's what the Conservative Party and our Prime Minister want to do.
Maybe and we'll stop telling the truth about you, oh yes. When we take charge and the new Prime Minister is Farage, we can trade with the world again. When Nigel is at number 10, though our pension scheme is in a mess, we need money for the NHS. To Jean-Claude Juncker we're giving away 55 million every day. Oh, what a farce, he won the vote. This is my favorite Juncker quote. He looked a reporter straight in the eye and said, when things get serious, it's time to lie. Oh, yes.